Peace, Sister Lokeo. What's happening? Peace, peace, peace. Right brain. Peace, C. Ray. Peace, Sister Keisha. Trying to make sure that my little phone is stuck to my dashboard. Okay. Peace, Brother Marcus. Damn, y'all got up in here quick today. That's what's up. All right. Okay. Let's get on into this. I brought notes today. All right. 10 things. I don't even know what the title of this shit is, what I put up there. I think it was 10 things. Oh, 10 tips to becoming conscious or something of that nature. And 10 tips for conscious people. Okay. All right. Thank you. Ain't that some shit? Put up a title and don't even know what the hell I put up. But I know what I want to convey though. So I think in the era that we in, so much information is abundant, and we don't have to toil as long as prior generations had to acquire a certain uh, level of knowledge or amount of knowledge. One of the downfalls is that there are no checks and balances or a vetting process to help us determine how to separate the wheat from the tare. So anybody can basically garner an audience and just start just saying anything, and you know, if it sounds good enough, hell, that might become the gospel. Um, that is alluded to in a book that I've mentioned before called Quiet. And in Quiet, it talks about how the 20th century, the 19th century was considered to be the era of character. And the 20th century was supposed to usher in the era of personality. And that's evident that was accomplished. So I wanted to give you some 10 tips, and I was thinking this is for people who, like, who are waking up, but I think it's important for people who consider themselves already enlightened, or who have a degree of enlightenment or uh, consciousness. I think it's good to go back and revisit some things just to make sure that we're on the right path. Um, First thing, once you consider yourself, this is number one. Once you consider yourself to be quote unquote conscious, you need to immediately ask yourself what you're conscious of. Do you remember? Uh, of course you remember. 2008, Barack Obama takes the world by storm with a rock star like slogan. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. You know, and shit, had people, I was one of them. Yes, we can, Barack. Yeah, man, we can do it. But nobody really asked, yes, we can do what? That was like an incomplete sentence. You know, a complete sentence is a subject, verb, and an object. The subject is doing what? The subject is taking what action towards what? Moving to what? So yes, we can do what? So once you consider yourself conscious, the next immediate step you have to take is, I'm conscious of what? What? See, we always talk about the matrix, right? Well, the matrix will give you what you think is outside the box, when all it has done is created a new box to put you in. See, consciousness has become a new religion. You know, you got to, you know, that's why I clown like on my birthday and stuff. You know, I don't mean to be offensive. You know, I say, you know, all this solar return and, which is nothing wrong. The concept is, there's nothing wrong. The concept is valid. I only say that stuff to try to emphasize the point that you don't have to sound conscious, because that don't amount to a hill of beans. Beloved, you know, and this and that, and do you overstand, and do you understand, and uh, you know, the new one is fuck life. That's the new one. Fuck life. I'm done with this shit. While you sitting on YouTube typing a comment. So all these different things are sounding conscious. You'll get into that trap if you don't first take the step and say, I'm conscious of what? All right. Number two, here are some basic books. And if you consider yourself enlightened or an occultist and a metaphysician and whatever else you want to call yourself, and you have not taken the time to visit this literature, let me tell you the danger. You can have, imagine when you turned 16 and you were now old enough to legally possess a driver's license, okay? But imagine that you went out and you just grabbed the license, or you didn't bother with the license, you just started driving with no training. Yeah, you know, your body looks like somebody who should be able to drive. You know, your legs are long enough, your arms long enough, and all that. But you have not gone through any training. Okay? This is why, one of the reasons that I emphasize reading. Do you know what reading does? It's not just about saying that, oh, I got to find out what somebody else say. Because let me tell you how it amounts to. If you sit and listen to a motherfucker talk, that is the equivalent of listening to what somebody else say. We communicate. There is an impossibility to live in this world and not consider what somebody else say. See, we're not critical thinkers. We say shit and don't really understand what we're saying. But put that aside. I want you to understand what it does for your brain. It trains it to focus in and to have a concise inner conversation. Because when you're reading, the words are just ink on a paper. But this is metaphysical. But your thoughts applied to the words raise them up, and they start to do this. They start to move around and they dance in front of you. And then you're able to take them like a vacuum and then suck them into your processor, and you can determine what you're going to eat, what you're going to spit out. That's called deciphering. That's called discernment. Okay? So it's a activity that is good for developing your greatest weapon, this. So let me give you some books. And I've said them before, but let me say it again. You need to have a Kabbalion. To tell you why. You can tap into powers that you have, because all of you have powers. All of us have powers. Once again, though, you need to have training manuals. Hell, you don't go out here and just start busting no gun and don't know how to load no magazine. You don't know how to doggone uh, 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 empty the clip. You don't know how to carry it. You don't even know what the safety is on the gun. So you don't want to get a hold of a series of weapons and you ain't done no training to learn how to use them. So once you start tapping into your gifts, the Kabbalion helps to keep you grounded. Because sometimes one thing that can happen is you can get caught up into separation. That this is over there and that is over there, and there's this battle going on. The Kabbalion will bring you back to your center point, because it's the 7 hermetic principles are basic modalities to overcome duality. Oh, Kabbalion, Kybyalion, Kybalion. Okay, it will give you the basic template for what you're doing. It's the basic template for Kabbalah, the basic template for any magic, whatever. It's about you taking what appears to be opposites and you merging them to make them into something that works for you. Okay? So you need to have a Strong's Bible Concordance. It's a must have. It's not a maybe, it's a must have. Okay? You need to have a good dictionary. And a good dictionary is, you need to have one, at least one, that is a copyright of 1975 or earlier. Dictionary. Uh, Here's just one, a very popular one that you can get off Amazon. Noah Webster 1828 Dictionary. You heard the brothers of the Moorish Science Temple talk about this for years. I got me one in my house. Everybody needs to have a Noah Webster 1828 dictionary. Okay? You need to have at least one etymology book. Now understand that the word etymology itself, the etymology of the word etymology means what it's saying. When you look up the etymology of something, you're looking for the essence. Well, the root of etymology is etymon. Eti is essence. So it's not about being a nerd or wanting to sound smart. It's about language hides God. God has survived down through multiple turns and twists and tricks and games. Still, the divine has always survived hidden in language. Okay? So you could be creating a bubble for yourself and not knowing it out of ignorance of language. So you need to have a Kabbalion, Strong's Concordance, dictionary, etymology book. You need to have you at least, at minimum, one book on symbols. I'm talking about at minimum. But I'm going to say, I would suggest you have at least 3 books that talk about symbolism. You can't have enough books on symbols. And it's not that you have to take them as the gospel. You just need something to trigger something in you to where you might make a connection they haven't made in the book. But sometimes you just need a little help. All right? You need to have comparative mythology books. See, the symbols and mythology go hand in hand because all mythology speaks in is the language of symbolism, including the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. Pick a book, any book. They're all mythological stories. They are all literary works. And their purpose is to hide a message behind symbols. So it is for the person who has the drive to go and dig through the symbols who can get to the real fruit. But what language spells and symbols? Language one is enchant. Man, there ain't no. But what language each one is? Okay, I'm not going. I don't quite understand where you're coming from. So I ain't gonna try to, because you might not mean what I think you mean, and we might be saying the same thing. Uh, so two comparative mythology books that are great is Parallel Myths by J.F. Berline, and World of Myth by David A. Leamy. Now you've heard Brother Bobby Hemmett recommend these books. These are, mythology books are kind of like symbol books. You can't have enough, to be honest. But these are two good ones to start with. I want to give this one. You know how like they got a survival fallout bag. I want to give you a consciousness startup fallout bag, and I want you single mothers who having to take care of your babies, work, and you like, man, I ain't got time to do all this shit. This is what I want you to do. I want you to not think about how many books does Brother Jamal have, and man, I'm so far behind. I don't even want you to even give a damn about none of that shit. I want you to get simple little books. When those babies go down for a nap, if all you can get is 5 minutes to read, that's your 5 minutes. If you get 2 minutes here or there, that's your time. To you men, if you on your lunch break or whatever, and say you might have to get the book on a PDF or whatever. God damn it, let me over. God damn motherfucker. Utilize. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself because that's one of our points here. But either way, the whatever little time you get, utilize it. And I'll come back to that. So that does it for number two. Number two was about the books. Number three, avoid gurus and gangs. Number three, avoid gurus and gangs. Okay? Yes, that gangs. Gangs. Do not become a conscious gang member. You gotta be part of this group, and I gotta bang on this group, and you don't need no guru, and you don't need to join no gangs. Okay? It needs to be the gang of one. It's about self-identity. So once you shake Jesus, you don't need to pick up no other deities to replace him, or Muhammad or whatever else you shaking. You don't need to pick up nothing to replace it. Okay. Number four. This is a big problem. This is a big problem for people who think that they own it. Who think that they think that they are advanced. Closed-mindedness. closed-mindedness. What I say in the other thing, diversified thought, magnified God. You know, a closed mind will get you right where you at, stuck, immobile, not going nowhere. You know, talk to you in 2015, talk to you in 28, you're saying the same old shit. You know, get over these damn trucks. Okay, what's that? Number 3. So no, we on number 5. Experiment. We're in the era of experimentation. There is no right, there is no wrong. It's just about what works and what fits for you. So your imagination is your vehicle. But this is why I put these in this order though, because sometimes we're eager to do the imagination part, but we don't want to do the grunt work to develop. See what you're doing. Let me explain what the true thing, what you're truly work. The true magnification of your God is about you becoming a genius. You want to know a simple definition of what a genius is? It's somebody who can use both sides of their brain. I know a brother who can draw, he can sew, he can cut up, he can take the upholstery out of your car, make a pattern, and create some new damn upholstery. When I tell you everything artistic, this fool can do it. And when it comes down to his left brain, this motherfucker is dumb as a motherfucking box of rocks. But right brain shit, he's a if genius was just about one side of the brain, he would be it. But left brain, that motherfucker stuck in quicksand. What you're doing on your quest though is not settling for being in a box, where that means in your own mind. So if you put yourself in just the left side, you're in a box. You put yourself in just the right side, you're in a box. You're becoming the all in all. Okay? So you gotta keep an open mind. And you have to experiment. Try out something. But when you do, to get the confidence to experiment those, what I was wanting to go with this, you know, when you study to show thyself approved, you will feel a lot more confident about trying out stuff. If you don't want to study, then that means you always want the cliff notes. What's a good ritual for my upset stomach, because I gotta get this shit out of me? You know, what's a good ritual, you know, for this corn on my foot? I mean, just if you study, you'll get more confidence and you'll say, you know what, I'm gonna make up me some shit. I'm gonna write these names down, I'm gonna burn them, and I'm gonna drive out 20 miles from my house to this park, and I'm gonna throw this shit in the trash can. And that's gonna be the equivalent of me getting rid of this stupid motherfucker. I mean, just use your imagination. But that comes from studying. Because then you study, you are not studying somebody else's shit, you're studying somebody who took the time to write out an objective observation of your power. All right? Okay. Number 6, another big problem. Paying attention. Become a master of paying attention. My daddy used to tell me, hey, turn your light switch on, boy. Turn your light switch on. Or his other thing was, don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. I always tell you, turn your light switch on. Don't go to sleep. In other words, pay attention. Tony Rue, pay attention. You know, just like when you're driving, you can't drive and just look in front of you. You know, your eyes be in the rearview mirror. Your eyes got to be in the side mirrors ahead of you. You got to be looking all around you, because what you're going to find out is that all types of things have been happening around you all your life, but you just haven't been seeing them because you weren't paying attention. So it's not like you become conscious and things just start happening magically. Magic and miracles have always been happening. But what do we call it? Conscious. You're now conscious of the magic. That's what it is. You're aware of it. You see it now. You're not deaf, dumb, and blind anymore. You're not just going around and in la la land. You are aware. All right. Let's see. Number 7. Don't try to. You've heard this one. Don't try to teach your family shit. Man, you'll be disappointed every time. Don't try to teach them shit. And as much as I know this, every now and then I get this old bug, and I want to send out some text message to everybody. Just well, let me try to encourage them with a little bit of tell them that they have magic in them, and they can manipulate their surroundings and inspire. See, I used to do this when I was in business. This was one of my secrets to success. I would, if you were a client of mine, any given day you might get a random text message from me, and it's like I knew when people were fucking up. I just knew it. And I would say, hey, just a reminder that your goals are important and that you're important. So, stick to that. Don't give up. You're doing something. And they would always reply, God, I don't know how you know, but I was just about on my diet. So that really was a intangible that I offered that made me successful. Well, so I do that from time to time, to people that I, halfway give a shit about. And it's disappointing when you do that and it comes back crickets. No response. And it's like, you know what? Bobby Hemmett said it. And I done heard it a million times. Don't try to teach your family shit. And I'll be honest, it's disheartening, because it's just like them Jehovah's Witnesses. One thing you got to give them motherfuckers credit for: the rain, sleet, or snow, they be out there in them thick ass stockings and looking like Molly butter, knocking on your door, trying to tell you about that bullshit. But when you come across some knowledge and it's profound, you want to share it. You want to share it. And it's disheartening when with all of this excitement, I should say, you eagerly go to share, and it's met with some kind of, there he go with that shit. So just save yourself the trouble. Don't try to tell them shit. Okay? Number 8, don't retreat from life because you consider yourself conscious now. Don't retreat from life. You don't have to stop watching the football game because you supposedly conscious now. That's bullshit. You don't have to abstain from going to a Beyonce concert because you conscious, or I ain't going to the movies, or whatever. Man, fuck all that bullshit. That's religiosity. That shit don't mean nothing. I done been through that shit, walking around wearing unks and shit, and I got to advertise and let everybody know, you know, that's a stage that you go through. But let me tell you, that shit don't make you no more awakened, enlightened, aware than a hill of beans. I'm at the red light. Let's see what y'all saying. Now you can really enjoy it. That's right. That's right. You can really enjoy what you like, because now you're in control. Any tips on meeting a woman who's up on this who's up on this knowledge? I would say don't even go about it looking for that. I wouldn't even cause see what it does is it automatically puts you in a position where that's a tough one. Cause you gotta be careful you don't paint yourself as like the religious folk do, that you got salvation and they lost and wayward and they ain't gonna come around. The best thing you can do with your mate is whatever this shit that you talk about you believe in. You got a motherfucker that don't believe in no magic. Show them what magic is. If they're worth it. You know, First of all, everything is divinely ordered. And the one who you supposed to be with, they're going to have to bear witness. Because they were supposed to, because that's why they got involved with you. Because you were supposed to be the torchbearer. So I wouldn't, I mean, the whole conscious community thing is wrought with failed ass relationships because of the egotistical approach of I'm divine, I'm a king, I'm looking for my queen, or I'm the goddess, and that shit is bullshit, man. Don't listen to these motherfuckers. Half of them ain't even got no woman or a man. It's the truth. Oh, okay. Uh, Number 9. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. A lazy motherfucker is a no good motherfucker. I don't care whether you're talking about the mundane level or on a spiritual level. A lazy motherfucker, shiftless, no drive, ain't gonna do nothing, whole bunch of talking, whole bunch of pump faking, foot shuffling, ball scratching, nose digging. We can go on and on. Ain't busting a grape. Don't be lazy. Pick up a book and read. All right. Go to Dollar Tree and get you your little shit. Build your altar. Uh, Sit down if you've got time to do it and consult your spirit, whether it's through your meditation or asking yourself questions. Don't be lazy. Put in the work. This is not a lazy man or woman's game. Okay? Can't nobody hold your hand and poopily scoop your ass through. You got to do the work. All right. Number 10. This is what I was alluding to earlier. Manage your time. Being conscious is like running a business. Most people can't function as their own boss because they're not responsible enough. Okay? So if you are on the quest to become God, I'm not hearing this shit about somebody got to hold your hand and make you sit down and do this. No, you got to have the fucking discipline to do what you got to do. Utilize your time. And you know why I'm so hard on this? Is because, this is the life I chose. So ain't no crying and no whining and shit. But I'm gonna tell you, I got 4 children, 2 by my ex wife and 2 with my current wife. And my 2 that I got now, some little babies, and I'm an old motherfucker. I mean, relatively speaking, to have young. I mean, I got a 2-year-old and a 4-month-old. So, I mean, this shit is busy. And my son, this boy is hell on wheels. So, I have to bite my tongue if I suspect that somebody has time to do any motherfucking thing they want to do and don't do it. So when y'all email me, or even when you post a comment on the video, you know why it takes so long? Because I got fucking responsibilities. But I chose that. You know why? Because I'm the motherfucker capable of carrying that motherfucking load. I'm Atlas, goddamn. I can carry it. I chose it. But if I can do that, and now mind you, I told y'all about the financial travails too. Now let me tell you, all the time lights was getting cut off, water getting cut off. You know what the fuck I was buying? Books, goddamn, books. I used to have a badass wardrobe. I used to buy shoes. Now, you know where my money goes? If I get any little books. I have overdrafted checking account to buy some books. Oh, okay. So what I'm telling you is that, in the words of Les Brown, you gotta be hungry. Gotta be hungry, goddammit. When I tell you I'm hungry, and I've been hungry, fucker can't tell me shit about no, I can't do this and that. I don't want to hear that bullshit. If you only got your ass to wipe, shit. What I'm trying to say, you could be the motherfucker who could start walking through a wall. It might be you. You were given these gifts and have the ability to have the time to cultivate them, because you might be the motherfucker that we're waiting on. Let me tell you something. Nobody could break a 4-minute mile until, what's the motherfucker's name? I think his name was Prefontaine or some shit. Some dude broke the 4-minute mile. Nobody could do it. And after he broke the 4-minute mile, everybody started shattering his record, because somebody, or when the first person whooped Mike Tyson's ass, wasn't nobody scared of Mike no more. When Buster Douglas fucked up Mike, man, it was over. But until then, motherfuckers was shook. I was shook. I said, if I have to meet this motherfucker, hey, I'll bite this nigga. I'll scratch his eyeballs out. But preferably, I'll have a gun to shoot this motherfucker. Because Mike was that dude in the 80s. Mike was our superhero. He was the epitome of all of the rage that you wanted to release. Mike Tyson. But when he got his ass whooped, man, I was thinking shit. I fuck Mike's ass up, man. Let Mike, let Mike run up. Motherfucker get courage then. So what I'm telling you is that don't take don't take what I say as I'm never talking down to nobody. What I'm telling you is that you have gifts, but they have to be unwrapped. That's part of the symbolism of Santa Claus bringing the gifts down the chimney. That's the Christmas thing. Yeah, the gifts are wrapped up, but to get to the essence, you got to take off the shit. You got to rip off all the pretty bowl, all the little multicolored paper and all that shit. Fuck that shit. I want to get to what's in here. That's where the shit comes from. Okay. Now, here's a bonus one for you. Because we covered manage your time was number 10. And we're right here at that spot where my phone always loses a signal. So, avoid deism. Avoid deism. You know what deism is? That's my term. That's my new term. I see a motherfucker doing it, I'm gonna say he's a deist. She's a deist. Let me give you an example of deism. Now, Tariq Nasheed did a great thing in producing the Hidden Colors series. But you gotta understand this. Tariq Nasheed is a hustler. He's not a thought leader. Okay? So those series of movies are a great starter kit for your consciousness, but you ain't supposed to be like, I done seen Hidden Colors, I got the Holy Grail, I'm done, because then he becomes your thought leader, and all he sells is theism. White supremacist, this white supremacist. And this is another example of white supremacy. White supremacy. Oh, white supremacy. White, racist, white supremacy. And then what happens is not locked in a box called deism. See, he hasn't started it because he ain't the only one, but he has helped to further a religion called deism. Look at what they are doing. I see the shit on Google Plus every day. I flip on there, I get on there and I have to get off because that shit will traumatize you. They show black people getting burned. They show people getting stoned. They and show black people getting torched and all types of shit, and then put some goofy ass shit about look what they doing. Why ain't they reporting this in the news? Because, motherfucker, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see something that looks like me getting my motherfucking head bashed in all the goddamn time. Then you become a deist. They, look what they doing. They. And now, who's your master, motherfucker? Who's your master? They. Now, mind you, I will uncover some shit. There's a difference between being a code breaker and uncovering. So when I tell you about the dentist, that ain't no deism. I'm telling you about, you ain't gonna hear that shit nowhere else. Them motherfuckers go unfettered. Nobody knows what they do. But all this shit about the police killed this person and that's the shit they put out there for you to deify with your deistic ass. Theism. So if anybody bite that, you know where it came from. Don't be a theist. But I want y'all to bite that. I want some motherfuckers to run with this. Because we need to get this shit out here. We need to get rid of these theists. Theyrist. And the religion is called deism. What they doing. That's not conscious, y'all. That don't have a fucking thing to do with being conscious. Conscious is about I-ism. Or like the other master, or one of the other masters, Phil Valentine said, it's about the isness of being. Is you or is you? Because if you is, come and give me a big fat kiss. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Rick the Ruler. So don't be a deist. Don't worship the God of deism. Be the best is, or the best you that you can be. And on that message, we're going to wrap this segment up of the afternoon drive. And today's message was brought to you by niggas with leaky radiators. That's niggaswithleakyradiators.com. If you're driving down the highway and smell antifreeze, you probably got a leaky radiator. So stay down until you get up. And when you get up, stay down. It's Brother Jamal chunking a deuce, as my folk in H-Town say. And I'll catch y'all on the top side. Peace.